Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. And this is beautiful. I don't have any favorite colors. How can I? Look at the beautiful green, different shades of green out here. It is amazing. Um, I'm in I'm on the shadier side of these trails here. The other areas is all like right out in the sun. So anyway, I hope you're able to get out in nature and make sure you bring plenty of water, the right clothing, and bring your family or your friends, or like Starlight, go out by yourself. Don't let other people stop you from going out and enjoying life. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi, Starlight. And you can leave me a comment down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family or friends. A brown butterfly. There are tons of these. I had one just flying around me earlier. It was so beautiful. I was hoping it would land on my peanut butter sandwich and eat, but it didn't. It kind of did a little something there, but it flew away. Starlight still ate that sandwich, don't worry. So Starlight will share with the butterfly or any of the animals or even people. So anyway, you could share my videos with a butterfly and also a mouse. You got a mouse in the house? And also, you can check out my playlist and find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, today, before I start, I want to say a huge thank you. I've been getting some beautiful comments on my YouTube channel. Thank you. You know who you are out there. I am so proud of all of you that are brave enough to reach out and send me a beautiful message. It shows that you're brave. You're brave because you're doing it. You could say, I'm scared, but no, you're doing it. So thank you to the beautiful messages of, sharing your thoughts, things that you experienced, or whatever. Say hi, or say have a beautiful day. Thank you. I appreciate all of you, and all of you that give Starlight a thumbs up. And I do have a family member out there that is supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you, Jenny. And also, if you're new to my YouTube channel, thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel. Plus, those of you who share my videos, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And anyway, today, now Starlight was doing this years ago, long time ago, but this video here is to rewrite your story. It's to rewrite your story. We all got a story. We all got plenty of stories, And when Starlight was younger, this was around 2016 and before that time, and I could have been struggling with it even after 2016, even during COVID time. Wow, that was my wake up call, and I will always kind of repeat that on my YouTube channel because I don't know what happened. That will be another video another time. Man, I almost thought I seen an alien. I am so sorry. I am here looking at myself, and I see this beautiful background, but it was too funny is a bug was crawling up on my screen, but it looked like it was back there because but it was really right in front of me, but it's too funny. So anyway, besides that bug creeping me out a little bit, is rewrite your story. And we got all kinds of stories of things that happened when we're younger. Some people are, stuck in the past. That was Starlight. Every day I lived in the past. And that's why I am learning on this journey is be careful of the people you listen to. I was talking to somebody a while back, and I was like, oh yeah, to stay in the now. And this is a conversation that wasn't going anywhere. There's times, I mean, you might run into these kind of people, is that you talk to them, you say something, they say something, you say something, they say something, and then you realize, you know what, I got to get the blank out of here, because the way the whole conversation is going, you're not agreeing. There's something that's funky with the energy, and it is best to really just pack up your stuff and run. Don't waste your time when, there's people out there, they're looking for an argument. They're looking to have beef with people, and that's all. Or you know, there are people, and Starlight is not like this. I don't claim that I am right about everything. You know, anything that I believe today could change. You know, I could believe something today, and tomorrow the universe could show me something where I'm like, oh my, because we've been lied to and programmed to believe the way we think and conditioned the way we are by the experiences and things that we've gone through our life, the things that we were taught, the things that we were told, through the media, through the government, through the school system, through the churches. Yes, can't leave the churches out, can we? So, is that a lot of us, you might be going through this now, is where you're living in the past. And so, what is your story? Ah, because that's where Starlight was. Starlight was there most of my life. It was a very hard conversation to have with my family members a long time ago, is that, stay in the now, stay in the present. But we always ended up talking about the stuff of the past and the stuff of the past, and the horrible stuff, like, what was there anything good going in your past? No, no. No. So, so you don't have to stay there. You can rewrite your story, and Starlight loves to write. And I do have a book in my car. I do have to kind of pull that back out and work on that, kind of like start all over, and to kind of like have another notebook and just have that one to follow along with, but you can rewrite your story. And there's been times that Starlight tried to write a book years ago when I was living in my apartment. And you know what? That is not how the universe wanted me to write the story. That was not the right angle. I had to go through stuff. I had to learn things. I had to start all over with everything that I thought I knew, was to be right. So there's times that we got to watch out what people say, because like I was saying with that man that I was talking to, like maybe a month ago, is that I was telling him about, yeah, stay in the present moment. He's like, everybody knows that. Well, guess what? I don't agree with him, and that's okay. I don't agree with everybody knows that. People can have the head knowledge of knowing that, but are they practicing that? It's much easier to say that than to actually act upon it and actually do it every day, is not to live in the past. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes, disciplining yourself and staying in I had to have sticky notes all through my car. I mean, I did have them in my car, but in my apartment, I made, beautiful little cubes that glowed in the dark that said, stay in the now. I needed it. I don't believe in having tattoos on my body. If you do, that is your body. Do whatever you want to your body. God gave us a free will. I'm not here to say for you not to have any tattoos, but Starlight, all I need is these two little holes, and Starlight is not interested in getting any piercings, and I am definitely 100% not interested in getting any tattoos. But, when I was working on staying in now, man, I was like, man, if I only had like a tattoo right here that said stay in the now, that would have been, a tattoo that would have been worth it for me, because I would have been like, oh yeah, stay in the now, Starlight. Because I was living in the past. Every day I was carrying that stuff, the pain, the stress, the trauma, from childhood, from relationships, mainly childhood stuff more than, it is kind of something how we're all different. What might have bothered me really a lot might have not affected you at all, because we all have different backgrounds. But really, out of relationships or um, childhood stuff, childhood stuff affected me at a greater scale than relationships. Yeah, the relationships did affect me in a horrible way, but like, and that is why Starlight stayed single for the longest time, is to heal from that shit. To not be in such a rush to hurry up and jump in, because I was learning my lessons. So we don't have to live in the past. We can rewrite the story. How do you want your story from here on out? How do you visualize things going on? And we got to stay in the present moment right here and now. But do you have a plan? It's like writing a book. We are the actors and actresses in this Hollywood biggest movie ever made right now. You think this is a joke? This is not a joke. This is a stimulation here. We're living in a stimulation. There's people out there. I'm not the only one that knows this or believes this or have experienced it like I am, is that we are in a stimulation here, the Matrix, and you are the author of your story. I am the author of my story. How does Starlight see her future going? We are creators in the beginning of the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. We are gods. We we have God in us. We are creators. We are the ones that are creating our reality, whether you want to admit this or not. And you might be pointing your fingers at Starlight. Well, Starlight, look where you are. But see, that's how the world looks at things. They don't see things the way God sees it. So where I am is a beautiful place. I have no regrets of where I am right now. I am alone. I am finding out who I am. And this is a beautiful thing for me. Is it easy? Absolutely not. But you know what? This is where this is where I belong. This is where God has sent me. And if you've read your Bible, or if you're a Christian, you will know that, this has happened to many people in the Bible times, and people that are living for God, is that you're going to, all of you, when you decide that you're going to live for God, I'll tell you what, expect the unexpected all the time, because you're going to be tested. All of us are going to be tested. There's going to be people out there that's going to say, everybody knows Starlight. No, you don't. You know what? Don't believe every person out there. Energy never lies. And when somebody says something to you, but your intuition says no, that person is lying to me. I just had recently, a guy was out at a park, and he was I don't know, the energy was there before I arrived near him, and he was doing something, and I didn't know if he needed help. And the more I think about it, I can't prove any of this. This is just looking at things. Is it looked like he was breaking into something? Like he took something and he was trying to break it open and get whatever is inside of it. So, but when I asked him if he needed help, the energy when he answered me, is the energy was, whatever was going on, he wasn't being truthful with me. So just because people tell you something, it doesn't mean you have to listen to them. If they're telling you, hey, Starlight, yeah, don't wake the people up. Don't tell them about the truth. Huh? Who's that talking anyway? You don't have to listen to those people. So on this journey in life here, you are your own. You are the actor or the actress, depending if you're male or female. You write your story. If you're going to start your story right here, right now, how would your story end? How would you like to see your life end? How would you love to see it go? Because you're the one. Words are very powerful. Emotions, it starts with the emotion. You feel a certain way, and then it's a thought, and then there's words that pop out of your mouth. You're the one creating your reality, and you're like, I don't like my reality. Well, guess what? You can rewrite that story. You don't have to. Are you happy? How do you know if you're on the right path or not in life? Are you happy in that relationship? Are you happy in that job? What are you doing about it? You are author, you are the actor, you are the actress of how this plays out for you. You can actually rewrite the story and say, yeah, I was in this toxic relationship, and how do you want it? How do you want the story? Are you happy with that person? Is that person even like, maybe they just love you, but maybe they're not in love with you? It's really important. Are they in love with you, or they just, they love you? Because if they just love you and they're not in love with you, you're in the wrong relationship. Sorry. What would you rather have, that they just love you or in love with you? There's different levels to this. Your mom loves you, I hope. Your brother loves you if you have one. Your friend, might, if it's a true friend, could love you. But if you're in a relationship, are they in love with you? So you got to really question those things. Are they really in love with you? Is it lust, love, and love? A higher love? There's all kinds of goodies out there. If you don't like your story the way it's going right now, you're the creator. You can turn this around and say, you know what? How am I gonna, I'm gonna start writing notes. I'm gonna get me a notebook, and I'm gonna create my story. I'm gonna let go of the past, and I'm gonna stay in the present moment, and I am gonna rewrite the script. I have wrote so many times. Starlight is like one of these people, like a perfectionist when it comes to writing on paper. I'll be like writing, and I love writing. That was my favorite subject in school, was writing. I would be writing, and I would need a pen that has eraser, because Starlight makes mistakes all the time with writing or even texting. I can't even see half of what I'm writing on a texting. So if I write to you, I can't even see what Starlight's not wearing her glasses. So if I would write something and get right and if I'm really right in my best writing, and Starlight's writing it out, I make a mistake, crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. And that's what you got to do. Crinkle that paper. I wish I had some paper here to crinkle, and throw it away. Throw that old story away, that this is all who I am. This is all I can be. The same person that you saw back there is the same person you are. No. Rip that, scribble, crinkle that paper up, and now start all over. How do you want to see your future from here on out? Forget about the past. Forget about that. There's some people, they're still stuck in the past. They're still wanting to go back with their ex. Starlight Starlight is definitely not wanting to go back with any exes. I am not trying to go get any of the jobs I had back there either. So it's here and out. How do you want to rewrite your story? It's up to you. But it's all every day about being positive and how you see it going. Doing I am affirmations are very powerful. Journaling is very powerful. So I really inspire you is to get a notebook and rewrite your story. Let go of the past. It is going to take time, even if you got to get sticky notes all through your house, in your car, like I did. Is to rewrite your story, is that you are the actress or the actor in this story and how this movie is going to play out. So visualize, is there someone that you're in a higher love with or in love with that you would like to have that person in your life with for the future? Just like when they create a movie, there's been people that wrote books that ended up coming true. So the power of your mind and your words, you gotta be very positive and believe in what you're writing and act like it's already here. Is that you can create whatever you want. What is it that you want to create? Think about it. How do you want to see your life? What is it that you're doing? Are you single? Are you married? Are you traveling the world? What is it that you desire in life? Do you want to start a business? What kind of business? Is it something that the AI can't overtake? So you don't have to keep on rewinding the things that happened back there. Some people also get stuck back there because, like, I could have gotten stuck and said, hey, I was at my highest peak with my business. And when COVID came, or hey, look at me. When I was at the church, I brought the most kids at this church. I could have just stayed stuck back there. What about now? Who cares about all that stuff? It's not how you start out in life, it's how you end up in life, you know? What are you doing to make a difference in the world? What are you doing to be the change that you want to see in the world? What are you doing to become your greatest version? What are you working on? Ask yourself, what am I working on? What do I want to work on? What is my dreams? You know, write these things down, right? You know, get a piece of paper and like, what is it that where do I see myself? You know, what kind of business can I create to help people out? That's what we're here. That's what it's about. You know, you might be a fitness person that's great with, you know, the body, like yoga or any kind of exercise. You know what? Start your own business, whatever it is. If you have a gift, use it. You know, there's stories in the Bible about God gave us gifts and talents, but a lot of people, they're wasting it away. They put it on, you know, if you don't use what God gave you, he could put that gift on a shelf and you'll never use it again. Like if you got a voice to speak or sing, or you're musically and talented, use those gifts now. And a lot of you are but, put the buts aside, aside, you know, make it happen. You know, if there's a will, there's a way. I believe in that. You know, you got to want it bad enough. How bad do you want it? God wants you to prove how bad you want that relationship. Well, how bad do you want it? Guess what? I do want to talk about this another time in another video, but you got to work for it. God doesn't just hand you stuff. You know, we do get stuff because we did some work before, but God wants to see the work. He wants to see how serious you are about what it is that you desire. So you got to prove to God how bad do you want it. You got to do the work, you know. So anyway, I love you. You can rewrite your story. Forget about the past. Let it go. Even if you know, there's people that are stuck on what they did before. It's what are you doing right now? Forget about the past, but you can create your future by visualizing where you want to see yourself, like in 5 years from now. Where do you want to see yourself in 10 years from now? Where would you like to see yourself in 20 years from now? That's what you want. You could start like a 5-year plan. Like, where do I want to see myself in 5 years right now? What is it that you really desire in 5 years right now? You can create that, but you got to be positive. You got to believe in yourself. You got to ask for help. I love you so much. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving me a comment down below. And you could check out my playlist. Plus, you could share my videos with your family, your friends. A cat and a squirrel. I did see some squirrels out here today, and I do have a picture of a cat and a squirrel together. It's beautiful when it's in my phone somewhere or my flash drive. So I love you so much. You gotta throw away the old story. Let go of the old story. The old stories that that's all you're gonna be. No. Today's a new day. Today's a new beginning. You could start now and create how you see and visualize yourself later on. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have, a vision, nothing's going to happen. You're the one that's got to make that happen by creating it. How do you think all this got here? This got here because God has imagination and imagined it into existence. And you have that same gift and that same power. So don't put your talents aside and your gifts. Use what God gave you now while you can use them. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.